Good morning, y'all. This is the day to pack up. I had a good camping days here, but it is time for me to pack up shop and head up north. I have about 32 kilometers to 36 kilometers, depending on which mood Google Maps seems to be in, to get to Kuantan. There I'm going to be doing I think I mentioned all this in the past video, but for the people that are just tuning in to this video only, I'll be going up north to Kuantan to do the Independence Day parade. And I have a room booked for the next 4 nights. Not sure how busy it's going to get up there, but it's in a hostel, a 30-bed hostel, which means one room has 15 bunk beds in it. They're claiming to be sold out, but that might just because they have a limited amount of bunk beds that they're actually advertising on the platforms, Booking.com and Agoda. Those two platforms like to take a big percentage from talking to the hostel owners and the hotel owners. They say Agoda seems to have a less percentage that they take away, but and I've also heard Booking.com takes away around 25%. I've heard higher than that. I don't know. I've heard 27%, but a lot of times these people like to spice up the complaint a little. But yeah, so that's the plan. For the ones that don't know, this is August 28th, which makes day 45 here in Malaysia. Let me just double check, but yeah, I think it's 45. The way I check is I pull up the video from the day before. My memory is just really terrible when it comes to these things like the date and stuff like that. So every single time, even though I should just remember it's one more day from the day before, I get on my videos, and yeah, so yesterday was day 74, so that today is day 75. I have plenty of time because I renewed my visa by doing a border run over in Singapore. And honestly, I should have just stayed longer in Singapore. I wasn't sure what the rules were and stuff, but since I put in I was going to be in for the day and out for the day, it was all electronic. It was just like scan in and go, So I could have stayed longer because Singapore is more expensive than compared to Malaysia, but it's not like outrageously expensive. And I think I was kind of scare tactic, not scare tactic, but I think some of the warnings, people are like, oh, it's heavily policed and it's very expensive. Well, yeah, I guess if you do a comparable study, it is. But I think a lot of that's getting hyped up, and I don't think. I don't necessarily think it's justified. And I wanted to mention this before. I just figure I go ahead and mention it now. That if you can afford a little bit more, I think the food is almost like twice the price. But you can still, if you shop right, you can find spots that have reasonable price street food and stuff like that. I was able to locate two spots with decent prices. And that was just that one day. That was the twice we ate and stuff. The rooms seem to be more up in the expensive side, like the $20 range, which would make it about twice as expensive as Malaysia, maybe, like in the cities. Outside of the cities, only about a third more expensive. The food, maybe about twice as expensive. But honestly, compared to everywhere compared to the United States is going to be less. It just is. That's why I chose to continue my journeys and not go back to the United States unless I really have to. I'm not saying the United States is bad, it's just expensive. It really is. And that's why most travelers travel like this in the United States. We just live in tents. And that's what we do. We travel around, we live in tents. And if the nights get really bad and stuff, then usually a lot of the vagabonds, would just pitch in. Everybody would hide in the bushes, right? Hide in the bushes, meaning not be seen. One person would go in, get the room, right, from the Motel 6 or whatever, and then sneak everybody and their dogs in. And everybody would split the room, but if they found out, they would kick you out. So that's the bad part. So $60 for the night's not that bad when you're splitting it between 6 people. And that's what we, and 5 dogs. No, 6 people and usually about 3 dogs. Everybody loves the vagabonds love their dogs. The dogs are like a big part of a vagabond's life. I don't personally have a dog because it hinders your movement. It really does, but I would love to do that one time. But as soon as I get a dog, then that's gonna be my travel companion for life. And so anytime that's a big decision. That's like having a kid. But you can't put a kid on a leash. Not just joking. I would never put a dog on a leash. But what I'm saying is you limit yourself to where you can actually stay, where you can go, and you got to make sure the dog eats first. You know what I'm saying? And so it's a big decision to have a dog. But I do like the companionships of the dogs of the people I've traveled with before. Having their dogs. Some of the dogs I didn't care for because some of them are aggressive, and that's usually when you have a rescue dog. Like my friend Lefty Gondola, an old train rider started up a group called the USSR, the United States Still Riders. That was back in the days of the FTRA and all this. He's a generation before me. But he had a dog that was super aggressive, rescue. One of those things where the dog kind of just latched onto him, but he didn't like anybody else. So that was one of those dogs you had to walk on eggshells around. You move too fast, he'd take a nip at you, Definitely don't want to be around him while he's eating. But unfortunately, that's just how it is. And, aggressive dogs are just, dogs have gone through a lot of bad stuff. So I don't like aggressive dogs at all. So don't get me wrong. I won't, if a dog takes a bite at me, I will fight back, But anyway, guys, I don't know. I'm just rambling on. Yeah, I'm going to pack up my stuff. I really, 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 really like this place. So if you guys are ever in this location, you want a spot just to kick back your feet, beautiful beach, good spot to hang a hammock or even pitch a tent out here. I do actually see where people have had fire pits out here before. So I've known people have been camping out here. It's just, I saw someone the other day cleaning up. So they take care of this area because that's brand new. The park on the other side of the building right there, that's brand new. So, and yeah, this, stuck between the ocean and the river. It's a beautiful place, man. So, but it's time to get the exploration going here. And it's time to move along. And up north, we're going to have a lot more good camping like this. I'm very much enjoying the east side. So I'm kind of glad that there's not a lot of affordable accommodations because we can get lazy. When you have a choice to either camp outside or you see a spot that's only $5 a night, that's tempting. My only complaint is I wish the Wi-Fi networks were better here. That makes the process of staying out and staying current, at least for me, because this thing I'm doing right here, it'd be so nice to just be able to go get a 2,000 megabyte 9-day digi card and just start uploading out here. But the thing is the cell service is probably not that good, and there's a minimum before anyway, guys, that's it. It's time to rock and roll. It's time to start packing up. It's time to start heading north. All right, guys, we'll hit the road soon. Bye. back that. Yeah, it's 12:45. It's time to hit the road, guys. There's one last look at the old camp. All cleaned up. No traces left behind. And it's time to hop. Well, hang on. Hop on the old steed. And take off, guys. Here we go. Let's hit the road. First, though, I have to drop off my trash. After this, I'll be going that way. Okay. Mission accomplished. It's time to hit the road. Bye-bye. It was fun. So guys, I forgot to mention, I picked up a new seat for my bicycle. Something a little more comfortable here. I mean, yeah, it's a little bigger, but makes the riding a lot better. Oh no, that joke came with a bunch of ants. Great, man. No. I'm gonna have ants biting me. Bye-bye. Alright, on the road again, guys. I just stopped to get some bananas and a drink, a tea. Bye-bye. Sorry about that. I had to stop this DJI and restart it because I think it's getting in the habit of being out of frame a lot. The settings are right and stuff, but yeah, I just stopped at that little roadside for a tea, an iced tea, and fried bananas and some potatoes. So I'll look for a nice shady spot somewhere here. Probably pull off and just enjoy my meal, because this will be breakfast. That tree looks good to me right there. Yeah, this tree looks good. Didn't have to go far at all. And there's even a nice little bench right there. So I'm here still. Well, I'm here still. Just pulling over. I have my tea here, and ooh, that's a sweet one too. See if I can balance it without it falling over on me. There we go. There's a cup holder in the making. And then I also picked up These just came out of the fryer. So they're the potato ones. I love these potato ones. These are sweet potatoes. That's strange. Well, they're probably something different, but these are like what we have during, they're called yams. You can kind of see the inside's red. Probably called something else here, but I got about 4 ringgits of that, and then 3 ringgits on the drink, so 7 ringgits total. That's less than $2. So I got 22 kilometers to go before I get into Kuantan. I've gone about 11 kilometers right now. This is a very beautiful route. I'm very much enjoying it. I'm actually not on the main busy road, which is like the 3. There's a coastal route, which is the 230, and that's actually the one I'm on. And it's beautiful. You can actually start this down in Pecan. There's an earlier section that you could actually get on. I bypassed that for a smaller, but I eventually did get on the coastal route. But as soon as you cross the bridge into Pecan, you can take an immediate right if you're going northbound, and then get on this coastal route. Man, is it beautiful. But other than that, that's just what I want to say. And some people might mention the fact that I've talked about this in the past, but a lot of times you don't see me filming the interaction like at every food spot I go to and stuff like that. And I know some people that upsets people, and I said, well, I tried to explain before that it's a process. And what I mean by a process is it's all the stuff you have to do to film one thing, like order some fried bananas, if it's on camera, all you see is me order some bananas, get the bananas, and go. But the fact is when you pull over, this is in your pocket the whole time. So you have to pull the thing out of your pocket, take the lid off, put the lid in your pocket. If you want the sound, then you have to fish around in your bag or wherever this might be to put that on, link it in, turn that on. Then not everybody wants to, it depends if you ask for permission to film them or just start filming them. And sometimes I just start filming them. But I've had one person get upset. He wasn't a Malaysian. He was some guy probably, I don't know, from England or something. But he got upset about his privacy issues. So those privacy issues are there, and you should actually ask for permission. So that's an extra step. And then from top of that, they usually want to know what you're filming for and stuff like that. And there's no problem. That's great advertisement for my channel, is to tell them I got a YouTube. They always seem to be thrilled about being on YouTube or something like that. Like the pizza spot. She was happy because it was like advertisement for her. And they did have good pizza, so I wasn't lying about that. That was actually real pizza. Yeah, so what it is it's something that's just as simple as just, I want to go get some bananas. I want to get 3 ringgits worth of fried bananas. Ends up into this whole process where, so the process itself is taking 3 to 5 minutes on something that should only taken about 45 seconds. So a lot of, and the other type of filming I'm doing is just the scenery. So if I hardly ever double back, but I do double back once in a while when something's so beautiful that I need to get it on camera. But usually if I just start to see something nice coming up, or I know I'm pulling up to a beach, these things are simple, but even that requires me to stop the bicycle, take it out, take the lid off, put the lid in my pocket, start to roll, right, start pedaling, and then turn it on, right, and then do the filming. And that's only for like a few blocks, or not a few blocks, but that's only for like 100 feet or so. Then pull back over, stop the video, close everything up, pull the lid out, put it back in, stick that back in my pocket. And these pockets are not the easiest thing in the world to go in and out of. So just that very small section can slow down a bicycle ride a whole lot. So sometimes I skip over the interactions because they take longer, because when you're just filming something, the scenery, it's quicker because now it only requires you taking it out and stuff like this, and it doesn't require all the small talk that's in asking permission and stuff like this. So, but I try and sprinkle that in, you know, as I'm not a big foodie, so I don't like to do like food reviews and film everything. I know that's weird. To me, that's weird, how everybody takes pictures of their foods and stuff like that. I'm like, it's just food, you know? I mean, do you carry like a whole, like, a photo album of all your pictures of your food? I mean, how long do you keep food that you take a picture of? Honestly, I don't. Do you keep them for years, and do you show people the food? I don't. Do you like, hey, this is the meal I had yesterday? Anyway, those things to me sounds like you missed some medication that you should be on. I'm sorry, that is what a foodie is. Now, a foodie to me is a person that needs some medication. But now, that's not to say cooking shows I do like. I think cooking is actually awesome and stuff like that. And so I do respect like, you know, there was a big thing in America for the longest time where all the guys were starting to watch cooking shows, and I was one of them. I like watching cooking shows. So I'm not saying anything against cooking. I just, when the dish is served and stuff like that. So maybe it's part of the same world. I don't know. Anyway, guys, that's just a ramble. I'm going to have a little bit of breakfast, have my tea, and yeah, try not to repeat myself so many times in the future. Because I already said this story before. But all right, guys. Beautiful surroundings, though, huh? I'll try and remember to put a name of this place down below. What happened to my big seat? The goats are just chilling out. Just chilling out in the shade. That's funny. I thought that was funny. I had to double back. Yeah, I'll just kick him back. Man, it's beautiful. And we got a cow crossing too, man. We're getting all the good video stuff. You guys are good. You're good, buddy. You're good. Alright, let's go see the beach. Nice. This is nice. Yeah, this is pretty awesome. Well, here you go, another beach with benches and very clean. So I'll drop the name of the beach. I think it's Pantaya Sapat. At least that's how I would say it. Doesn't mean I'm saying it right. That's how I say it. Yeah, another beautiful beach. And look at it right back here. Looks like some good trees for some hammock camping. And garbage cans too. So that's one of the main points. Does it have garbage cans nearby or somewhere to drop off the trash? Because, you know, I hate carrying around too much garbage on me. You know, strapped to my handlebars until I'm able to find one. And anyway, I think I'm going to pull up a squat and look at the waves for a little bit. Take advantage of these benches right here. Hello. So I was right about there being a concentrated effort to clean up the beaches for the upcoming Independence Day. That's why everything been running into these groups right here, and they're doing an excellent job. So, hello, salam alaikum. So yeah, they're doing a good job. Man, there's a lot of them. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the community getting together, but I don't know. But I'm pretty sure it's just the community getting together, getting ready for this upcoming Independence Day on the 31st. And I'm just happen to be reaping the benefits of their hard work and labor. Oh, and by the way, these are the they're not real pine trees. They're the same ones they're called Australian pines. They have sticky needles, so if you're wearing your socks, like I said, they'll get in your socks and they take forever to get out. Other than that, they're actually pretty good on bare feet, just not socks. So that's why you saw me wearing my bare feet around a lot in camp. Is just but also the sap, if I remember right, the sap doesn't like to ignite like it does on pine trees. But they're for the erosion of the shores, so that the sea doesn't claim back all this area. The roots help hold everything together. But at the same time, it makes great hammock places. I mean, yeah, great hammock camping and shade and everything. So. Kuantan Backpackers, which is right there. Just checking in, and then I'll be going into my room, so. Yeah, this one's gonna be home sweet home. Well, as you can see, I got this whole place to myself. And there's my view. But some of these pillows have definitely seen the better days, man. That's I would be embarrassed at that. Even the mattress is a little skunky looking, so I'm choosing this one because it looks the newest. I just need to find a pillow that looks halfway decent shape. So yeah, this place is definitely showing its age. But then again, I got the whole place to myself. So it being the last bed, yeah, no, it's not the last bed. Well, anyway, I made it to town, and I'm going to start unloading. I'm going to check the Wi-Fi. Hopefully it's fast enough. Do a speed test on it. And search which pillow looks the best, looks the healthiest. Checking under the beds, of course, for little creatures called bed bugs. You know, when you start getting into mattresses that are this shape and this old, usually it is, you know, like this pillow has the little spots on it and stuff like that, you know. So that's what made me think, oh, I better check for bed bugs, just because those little spots reminded me of bed bugs. Anyway, I'm not going to poo-poo on this place yet. Like I said, there was only 2 affordable spots, and I chose this because it was closest to where the parade's going to be at. And since I got the whole place to myself, I saw one other lady that was here. She's probably in the female dormitory right next to me. So anyway, guys, yeah, you know me. At least there's one really nice shaped mattress, this one. So, home sweet home. Well, it looks like the rain has started, guys. And I figured I'll put some closing words on. I ended up with a roommate right here, a local Malaysian guy, tour guide, so that's why he's down in this area. But he stepped out to get something to eat, and I figured I'll put some closing words tonight. Wi-Fi is decent enough that I'm going to be able to do some catch-up work, and then I guess a marathon. Honestly, just a marathon of my videos. Catch everybody up to speed. You know, I think there's like 4 nights worth. So, yeah. And tomorrow's going to be a day of doing some errands. You know, so it's like one of them days. Yeah, woohoo. And yeah, guys. So I'm going to say good night, y'all. And I'll see you tomorrow.